Hey guys, what's going on? It's November 23rd on a Monday. It's wintertime, but I'm in Sanya. It's beautiful here on a resort here. And actually, next to the hotel is the beach right here. Yeah, you have to go there. It's not far, it's like maybe a minute walk. But today I want to reflect a little bit how they contain the virus here. The wave, the outbreak, lasted only like a month, and just as Dr. Zhongshan expected or forecasted, like it'll last only they will contain this virus within a month. And I was a little skeptical, like a month, man, that seems to be like really serious, like the outbreak when it started. But then was a small cluster of like what I think the highest cluster that came in was like maybe 80 a day, and that got really scared. That was the highest, probably around like 80, 90, and then it came all of a sudden it came down. The most severe outbreak was in Dalian in Liaoning, and so since then we've been traveling to within the month of the outbreak. Traveled to, I don't know, maybe around 7-8 cities, and we went through a lot of like, I got like a total of like maybe 2 corona tests, total, 2 mandatory. And yeah, it's as severe as it sounds. Like we got our way through, the different cities that we traveled to. So how it started was that older couple got infected in Shanghai. I think they started off in Shanghai, but along the way, like to Mongolia and stuff, and they got infected. And then I went to several cities, but not discovered until they went to Xi'an. But we were just in Xi'an when that happened, and we're like, fuck. Like, we don't want to get like, quarantine or anything happen to us. So we finished our work like really quickly and just left the city, before, they're potentially like, closing down the city, and then we can't leave. But luckily, even we left a little bit earlier, but then I think there were no more, like, they actually took a lot of tests and stuff, and then they were able to contain the virus very quickly. And then the second cluster, the biggest cluster after Xi'an, and then, like in Mongolia, like, all the, like, many cities got infected by the virus. Like, yeah, as I said, like the highest count was in Dalian, apparently it was like from a seafood market again, and I don't know. But then the government did a lot to contain the virus, I mean, they spent a lot of money. If you just consider, my friend went to Urumqi, and she got actually, it's more strict actually in Xinjiang, and she got actually quarantined for 14 days. And I asked her, so do you pay for it? That's a lot of money. She said the government is taking care of that. So all the costs that the government puts in is to protect the people and also to protect the economy. Actually, is way more sufficient. Whereas the West, they're actually, trying to protect the economy actually, but it didn't really work in the West, But the government put, a lot of effort, to instantly, maybe kind of like shut down the city and, taking a lot of corona tests, like within a day, like several million, bam, they do like, they're able to mobilize and, all these staff to do the testing. Oh, shut up, dude. So they spent a lot of money on, mobilizing staff and, resources, and then hotels to accommodate all these people, and, quarantine, everything like paid by the government in order to protect the people and the economy. Now the economy is running again. I think there was a smaller numbers of coronaviruses in Dalian, but that's it. I think it came down from 80 a day to like just less than 10 cases. And yeah, they were smart at the beginning, just to, you know, when they have a few cases, you know, just strictly trying to use all measures to just eradicate this virus. Whereas in the West, like when I hear stories like if they detect the virus, like if somebody has coronavirus, they were told to just go home and just rest, and they contaminate another person and stuff. It's like very primitive. It's kind of like a waste of time. Like you do a lot of work, like trying to have a lockdown, you know, but do a half-ass job, and then people get contaminated again, infected, and it's just like a vicious cycle, you know, going on. Like this is like I don't know how many waves of infections already, outbreak. So it's just waste of money. You know, the entire society is like dysfunctional. Like, you know, they have all their freaking democracy and Jesus Christ. And they have been able to do it very efficiently here. To whenever there's one case, they're very strict. They then just like contact tracing, like everybody that has been in contact with that particular person, and then they will make sure, like in the surroundings, like if one case is around the hospital, they're gonna close down the entire area within like 5 kilometers. Like everybody needs to be tested, and then boom. This way they make sure the virus doesn't spread around. But in the West, like they have like millions of cases. Like it's impossible now. It's too late, you know. After fucking like 2.5 years now into this, they you know, it's impossible to contain the virus. If they had taken measures like it was done in China is like has contained this virus within like after Wuhan outbreak, it was discovered there, like within 2, 3, 4 months it was under control. And if the world had acted like China, like took the same measures, the virus would have been like eradicated a long time ago. So now we're like into the second years, because I think it's a societal problems. The West, like you can't change it, you know. It's their mentality, you know, my body, my rights, and blah blah blah, you know. Instead, like it's a very collective society here, you know, to get that shit done. We're doing this together, you know, not selfishly, you know. We're gonna sacrifice, you know. All of us, you know, we're all in the same boat. We're gonna, you know, whatever it takes to get that shit done, you know. People in the West, you know, they're kind of childish, you know. They're like their personal liberty and all that crap, you know. So this is what happened. Now I'm in Sanya. Now the numbers has gone down drastically, and I'm pretty much, well, December we're gonna come back to normalcy again. So it hasn't impacted my business. It's like in some cases it was pretty critical. If we got quarantined, you know, it would have like impacted my business here, you know, for 2 weeks. But and this impact is pretty big for my small business. So I'm glad the government has taken measures to fight this virus and successfully done that. So anyways, I'm gonna enjoy the sunshine here in Sanya, and I'm gonna head back tonight back to Shanghai. Yeah, peace out.